It is Hayden LePore again, and today I'm going to discuss a town, and you guessed what? The Gold Country in Northern California. Now it is Amador County's turn to take the show. Back in the 1840s, John Sutter and his men were looking for lumber stands and found a site called Pine Woods, which ironically was a site he later visited when he was in search of gold, and the town known as Sutter Creek was born. The search for gold was a success, and the area's economy became centered around gold mining. First with the simple gold panning along the creek, then digging deeper with sluice boxes, long toms, and large hydraulic operations. The first hard rock mine to open was the Amador Quartz Mine No. 2 in 1851, owned by Harrison Drew, E.B. McIntyre, Samuel and Levi Hanford, and R.C. Downs, who also started the town's first stamp mills. As these mines grew, the need for larger machinery grew with it. There were two options to obtain it: import it from other places, an expensive endeavor, or create the equipment themselves in their area, which is where the Knight's Foundry comes into play. Knight's Foundry originally started as the Campbell Hall & Company Foundry in 1874. It wasn't the first foundry. Coffin and Hitchens Foundry and Tibbetts Sutter Creek Foundry came before it in the 1850s. But Samuel Knight, when he bought the Campbell Hall & Company Foundry, brought in several innovative features to the foundry, such as the high-pressure water system developed for placer mining, and water wheels powering his furnaces, and creating a self-contained industrial venture designing and producing complicated machinery, and became a diversified venture producing a wide array of materials, from straight lamps to components for the railroad. Business at the foundry continued to hum even after the last gold mine in town closed, the Central Eureka Mine in 1958, until the foundry's eventual but reluctant closure in 1987. Interestingly, the history of this foundry is not over, as the town has bought the foundry and reopened it as a living museum starting in March 2017, with tours on the second Saturday of every month. It is currently the last water-powered machine foundry in the United States. The town also has a diverse history of cultures living here. First, it was the native Californios who came from Spain and Mexico, among which was Jose Maria Amador, who was one of the first to mine the local creeks earlier in the gold rush. Then, gold miners from Central and South America came to seek gold in the area. Then came the Europeans and even residents from the eastern United States, who learned and adapted from the prior group's contributions. The town also had a significant Chinese population. Most interestingly, Northern Italians were one of the largest groups to immigrate to Sutter Creek. In fact, the population of Northern Italians was large enough that an entire society, the Italian Benevolent Society, was established in 1881, and currently operates as the oldest independent Italian club in the United States. They established the tradition of the Italian picnic, which continues to this day on the first Saturday weekend of June. One of my favorite things about Sutter Creek is the intact historic atmosphere of a small town from the 1850s and 1900s, with small mom-and-pop stores and restaurants. I enjoy seeing all the antique stores and looking at all the miscellaneous items from years gone by and before my time. Every time I visit, I notice a specific theme, a theme of patriotism. This is seen in the several events held in town and parades such as the Italian Picnic Parade, the Odd Fellows Society Parade, and the Ragtime Festival held in August, to name a few. To our country during the 4th of July and at the 4th of July parade. This patriotic bend even happens during Christmas, with the people going all out with decorations on all of the main street. It has even been considered the Christmas town of California. These are some of the things that I enjoy about Sutter Creek, and that is why we have started to frequent this town as one of our weekend destinations. I hope you are inspired to learn and even visit Sutter Creek from what you learned today. Thank you.